Never met a Rolex I liked.
I think that Van Cleef is really stupid. If I see another yarn fringed coat, I'm going to lose it.
Wasting my time. What the?
You are not prepared if I can see a safety pin in your clothes.
This is like my number one thing. Okay.
That's crazy.
It's dumb. I hate it. I hate everything about it. It must stop. Jail. Folks, get ready. My wife is about to turn into a different person that you have not met yet. Fashion icks. Things I hate about fashion. I've actually kept a running list of this in my notes app for years. I have been ready to come with the smoke for everybody.
It's time.
And also, I am married to a very opinionated woman, so she didn't even have to have a pre-prepared list. She came up with 20 great ones this morning.
What can I say?
Hit him with it.
I think that Van Cleef is really stupid. I'm sorry.
The whole company?
I don't like 95% of it. And I think that that's a shame because I think that most of that is because of the audience that they cater to.
Which is anyone with $3,000?
Literally. Would you like to talk about sneaker culture?
Okay. I came into fashion through Supreme. I'm going to actually stop us right here for a second. The stuff that we said in this video is honestly way too spicy and honestly too long to all be included in this one video on YouTube. If you would like to hear all of the fashion icks and in their entirety where I don't clean them up for the public, you should go join the Patreon. We have a ton of stuff where Danny and I talk shit and have fun and get to joke around about goofy stuff. We also have a lot of extra extended analysis episodes. We have just tons of stuff to watch on the Patreon. You should go watch there. Like when Tyler, the Creator, was accepting his first VMA award, that was when I was like, what is that company? And I looked up a fashion company of my own volition. Sneaker and streetwear culture is literally how I got into this shit. And I still love that stuff for what it is. That said, this bizarre, very masculine tendency to try to create some kind of objective answer to things is infuriating, and that mostly exists in watches, but I would say it exists so much more in sneakers. Oh, you're still wearing Sambas? You clearly are not on Twitter 9 hours a day because nobody really fucks with the Sambas now. Mostly, I would say now we've moved on to Diodoras. The Diodora model is just so class. Shut the fuck up. It's really cultured and smart of us, actually, that we're so into New Balances here for the next 2 months before we switch to something else. Shut the fuck up.
If your garment is supposed to be worn in 2 ways, the garment is actually supposed to be worn in 1 way, and you've just found a really half-ass second way of selling that garment.
Modular clothing.
Modular clothing. I think that that's such shit.
Just to get a garment to be fantastic and novel and interesting and feels really good and is comfortable or is just groundbreaking if you're taking a photograph of it, getting just to that is already very hard. Why are we trying to just be actually it's a fucking transformer and it can go Super Saiyan?
Almost 100% of the time, I would rather have one jacket that's really good.
Never met a Rolex I liked. I hate that company. I hate Rolexes so much.
Something that I think about that in particular is that people like to say, well, no, it works the same way that the Hermes model does. The clear, okay, wait. Unlike Hermes, they make you go into the store and go, hey, I want to buy a Rolex. And then they just look at you up and down and go, oh, do you?
Please let me buy the watch. Everyone at my firm is going to make fun of me. Fuck Rolex. Clearly wanted to say that on camera subconsciously for a long time because that came out just much more blah.
We've clearly been in an era of fashion where we're doing a lot of movement in clothes. We're doing a lot of things that as you walk, they move. Fringes and texture and tassels and all of this sort of stuff. I love it so much when it's new and it's novel and it's actually interesting and it actually creates interesting movement and it's made of an interesting fabric. Great. I am all game for that, really, truly. But the amount of brands and designers and people who I've seen just wholesale take someone's texture that they developed and go, ooh, well, texture is supposed to be this indicator that we actually did work on this. I am just going to wholesale put it here in my brand. If I see lots and lots of panels of wool, you stole the Alaya thing. I do not respect this. Most importantly, almost all of this came out of Alaya. Yeah. Alaya developed the premier versions of all of these ideas. You thieving whores. I don't know. I just
Can I switch over and take the talking stick? Overalls. I hate overalls. Overalls are like, either I'm a guy and I really like Brockhampton and I feel like this is going to make it look like I go to art school.
Something that I think is somewhat cute about overalls is like when little kids wear them, because then it's like, oh, you're just so rugged and practical.
Of course.
Like,
yeah. And if someone needs like an overall shaped thing to actually like do the work that they do, obviously that's fine also.
If you're pregnant, I don't blame you.
Oh, I forgot about that. No, wait, that makes a lot
overalls.
of sense. If you're pregnant and overalls just kind of make sense for what you got, that makes sense.
It seems like the most cost-effective way of dressing yourself while pregnant. This is something that I'm going to speak about very briefly, but is something that is, I think, on both of our minds very often. When a brand has a very obvious lack of faith in their own strategy.
What do you, I mean, you don't have to name names with this, even though, I mean, I think most people can guess kind of like what we're referring to. But like an example of this would be like,
this is irrespective of us. We're doing all influencers one season. Next season, scrap all the influencers. Somehow the season after that are like, okay, wait, but what about a couple of influencers? What should your brand go for? Actually, not like what will sell clothes next week, what will sell clothes this month. It's hard running an independent brand, which is why it bugs me to no end when the people who act the most desperate are the conglomerates. Dog, you invented the concept of being unbothered. Dozens of brands under one major label to ensure that you never have to act like that again. And yet, we can bleep all of this out. What the actual fuck? Figure it out. That's it. Anyway, the one that I wrote next is one that you said, and it was written as, whoops, all stripper clothes.
I'm a straight guy who works in fashion. When straight guys are involved in design, just very often it seems like the idea was a belt that covers her nipples. Isn't that sick? It's not sick. That's a stupid idea.
I think men that are designing for women are designing women that they themselves would be somewhat interested in fucking. Gay men do this all the time. But frankly, I will also say...
Oh, when they're designing clothes for men? Yeah.
But also most of the time I'm like, damn, they right. That does make him look hot. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a thing where I think straight guys just need to be very, very aware of when you've kind of switched into ogling mode and when we're in like serious design mode, and that 98% of the time ogle mode needs to get put in a drawer for later.
Related to that weird masculine urge, if you are a guy who has an online presence where you like to talk about the clothes that you buy, please, for the love of God, embrace the fact that you are just a shopper.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
There is this self-consciousness of being a man who just likes buying clothes. Like, is it like I'm worried about it being gay? Like, that's so dumb.
Most of the guys that do this, though, do see, I mean, I guess I didn't check their driver's license, but most of them strike me as another straight guy.
Yeah.
And it does seem to, because it does seem to come from this, like, I'm not just shopping. Actually, I'm
really thinking about it. And it's like, no, what's so wrong? If you get the opportunity to shop, there is some good, just shop. Shout out Maddie Shops. She's being straightforward.
Yeah.
She's telling you what she's about. Bitch, I shop. I would just really like to not hear a think piece actually about how Capital is better and actually, look, I just bought one and this is why.
Croc does not look good with clothes. I do not like crocodile skin jackets. But when Steve Harvey shows up with his wife to a runway show and just kind of like, the whole thing's made of crocodile. That's right. Big Daddy with the crocodile jacket. It looks so bad.
There are a lot of runway shows in which something really tragic will happen, and that being when the model falls down. If you are at a runway show and you are filming and you film a model falling and then you post that,
fuck you.
Fuck you.
First of all, you're like just picking on like a 20-year-old girl in most cases. There is nothing in the caption that you can say that is not going to make that 20-year-old who is just trying to create a career for herself feel like she is a colossal failure. And guess who already feel like colossal failures? Every young model.
Another one that I wrote down for you. Insists on hiring a model for a job that could be done by an actor or dancer.
This is like my number one fucking thing. Okay, there have been Lee McQueen, genius of his generation, maybe genius of the entire world lifetime. Alexander McQueen, the GOAT. There are so many moments of his career that got fucked up because he insisted only on hiring runway models to do these things. there are so many examples of
Voss.
Voss. Okay. In Voss, the girls were supposed to be like, doing like, oh my gosh, like it's this crazy, I'm insane at an insane asylum thing. And what it ended up looking like is a 23-year-old girl whose job is to like walk and like be a model for the clothes, which all of those women are incredible at. But then they got to like be like, I'm crazy.
There's one clip from Voss in particular where a girl is like,
and the one where she like tries to like catch her lip on like the edge of the sharp
that was
thing.
kind of iconic.
Kind of iconic because it's kind of goofy.
Right.
Like I feel like actors are people where they're employees who can just transform into a different person. Get an actor that fits the clothes. If you are going to have someone get painted by 2 robot arms from like a car manufacturing factory and it's supposed to be like she's being shot to death, if you get a 23-year-old runway model, she's just going to be like, no.
In this household, we do not speak negatively of Shalom Harlow.
No. Dude, it's goofy. Can I go?
Yes.
I hate Nude Illusion. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Nude Illusion never looks how they want it to look. The whole idea with Nude Illusion is that you're using a very light, delicate, thin, and sheer netting, just like checkerboard pattern, just netting. And the idea is that it's just sort of like there's this defying the laws of physics. It just kind of like comes up over my breasts, like just with no structure whatsoever. And it's just magic. It never looks like that.
The Latinas are calling you. Latinas love a Nude Illusion.
Really?
I mean, okay, let's be so for real. Body tea.
Sure.
Like they look great. They work out a lot. I don't blame them for being like, bitch, my body is defying gravity. Get me an equivalent looking dress. So one time we were starting to become fans of this brand that showed at Paris. So we went to a couple of their shows and I happened to spot a safety pin in the clothes.
Folks, get ready. My wife is about to turn into a different person that you have not met yet.
If you have safety pins in your clothes that are on the runway and I can't see them,
totally fine.
Not even slightly an issue. If I can see it, I will never attend your show again. Also, don't waste my time. There are fashion designers that show up to Paris Fashion Week and are so confident in the work that they have just spent 6 months creating that they watch their own fucking show. They're not even backstage. They're not fucking with anything. They are prepared.
Yeah.
You are not prepared if I can see a safety pin in your clothes. You and I, more than I think any other publication, are willing to give people just starting out a fair shake.
Oh, much more than any other publication, we deeply support new independent designers.
I go to those showrooms and I talk to those designers and I go to their very scrappy runway shows that they try to make work with some buddies and a dream. And I don't see fucking pins.
Toggles on peacoats. I hate them. I do not like toggles. I think toggles are silly.
Like a duffel coat?
Yeah. I don't
really
like them.
Paddington Bear looking ass.
Paddington Bear looking ass. You're really going to hate the next one that I have. Fireman hardware on anything. I do not fuck with it, not at all.
Why must you hurt me like this? I'm fine with fireman hardware, especially for women's clothes.
The teens are going to crucify me. I do not like contrast stitching. There are so few situations where contrast stitching is used in a way where I'm just kind of like, that's awesome. I'm glad I'm looking at the stitches specifically.
I don't mind it that much.
We do disagree on like a lot of this stuff. I feel like we front loaded it with a lot of stuff we agree on. Like, okay, wait, can I tell you another one of mine and see if you agree?
Sure.
Boat shoes. I hate boat shoes. I
don't love boat shoes, but I don't know if I hate them.
You would like them a lot less, I think, if you were white and raised entirely here. I am so completely fucking over boat shoes.
I went to school with Cleef and Connor and Paxton and Jackson and all of those guys. And they still didn't kill it for me.
Thank you so much to everyone. Go join that Patreon, especially if you like hearing us yap back and forth. We have a couple of question episodes where we get to be a little bit spicier than we are here.
This one is a pretty spicy one for us, all things considered. If I was allowed to just say stuff, this would be a very, very different video.
We'll save it for the memoir.
We'll save it for the Patreon.
If you want to hear us talk, yap, and argue about stuff in a consistently spicy way, we have that on the Patreon along with dozens of hours of extended videos, extra content, all this other stuff. I'm going to leave y'all with one more thing that is not fashion, but it's definitely fashion adjacent, and I think it's very important to say. Patchouli jail. See ya.
We're done. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Another great day at the